My name is Jacob Crowe, and welcome to the Crow's Perch. Today, we are going to be going through another RPG horror story titled, That Guy Kills My New Character because he's afraid of me stealing the spotlight from him and thinks the party is too full. So, this is going to need a bit of context before I start. This group consisted of me, my DM friend Matt, and his player friends. I will be using fake names for them, of course. We were all in high school at the time, so we barely had time to get together and play. So, my friend Matt decided to use Discord, and we would play by typing into chat, and then he would respond at any time he had the chance to. They had been playing for some time before I joined. Apparently, they just got out of the dungeon, and were a bit lost in some creepy woods, trying to find a way back. They had already done a campaign together, apparently, as the world this one took place in was post-apocalyptic, due to their failure to defeat the BBEG. Because of this, most of the major kingdoms of this setting were destroyed, and the smaller ones were struggling. So, I was at least confident that Matt knew what he was doing. I made a goblin ranger for the game. He approached the party at night and watched them from the tree line, trying to see if they had any shinies to steal, or if they were poaching any animals. That is, until one of the players spots me. A Warforged fighter, played by Jenny. Her Warforged shouts,
"Declare what is your purpose, or leave before I cut you down."
The shouting wakes up the other party members, who come rushing out. Fearfully, I jump out at them and declare myself a local ranger trying to keep this forest safe. I lie through my teeth, saying that the forest is cursed, and that anyone who tries to leave without knowing the way out gets moved elsewhere, deeper into the forest. Two of the four party members look confused and put away their weapons. Meanwhile, Jenny remains alert. As for the fourth player, that guy, who I shall name Ben, he takes his bard and starts to cast vicious mockery on me. I take the hit, and Matt has us roll for initiative. I roll higher, and in a panic, I start trying to talk my way out of the scenario.
"Why are you attacking me?"
I ask Ben's character.
"Because you're clearly evil, and you're going to deceive us." "But I am a humble ranger of these parts, trying to help those in danger. You three, can't you see I'm not seeing lower beasts trying to attack you?"
I say to the party members watching. The mage of the group, Dave, then turns to ask me, "Then why were you hiding from us in the first place?"
"Because I had no way of knowing if you were a group of mindless bandits looking for coin and blood."
At this point, my turn ends, my action used on the talking. Ben uses vicious mockery to attack me again. I start to PM Matt, asking if he could try and get Ben to stop, since I'm nearly dead already, due to my goblin being a squishy rogue. He says he tries to while we play. In another chat room, I'm talking to him out of the game as well, asking why he is trying to kill my character. He responds saying that the party is too full, and we don't need another ranged attacker on the team anyways. Back to the game. I see that everything happening is going to end in my death, and so I make a plea to the party.
"Your musical warrior is clearly deranged. He attacks without cause, and you all do nothing to stop him. Help me, or be trapped in this forsaken forest."
Jenny begins taking me somewhat seriously as I'm rolling high on deception. She cups the mouth of the bard and takes away his instrument. I thank the machine as I work out a deal with the rest of the party. With a short amount of time passing, we make a deal. I get done good for helping them, as well as a ride out of the forest. In return, they get my services, and a safe path out of the forest. When everyone but the bard agreed, Jenny released him, and he casts hideous laughter on me again. I fall to the floor, laughing my roost off, as he begins to cast vicious mockery again and again. In the out-of-game chat, the other players are calling him out for it, and I'm begging him not to kill me and that he and his party would regret it. See, I worked out with the DM Matt that my ranger had traps all over the forest, which would make leaving it rather hard. But despite my warnings and the DM's asking, he still proceeds, knocking my ranger out. As I begin making my death saving throws, he proceeds to attack me, killing my ranger. In real life, I get up from my desk, walk over to Matt, who I share a few classes with, and tell him I'm not going to be rejoining with Ben around, as he seems dead set on keeping me out of the party. I leave the Discord server after this, and I angrily scrap a character I actually had some fondness of. Oh, high school D&D. Trust me when I say it's not always like this, but it's not too uncommon to hear of gatekeeping in the community, especially in something as awkward as high school. The original poster of this thread goes on to talk about how his DM Matt has grown up a lot as a person and as a DM, and that he no longer lets stuff like this happen anymore. And as a note to any new GMs out there, including those in high school, Stand up for the other members of your party, even the new ones. If you start seeing PvP within your group that isn't being reciprocated, put an end to it. There's a fine line between building drama between two characters who hate each other and a player going out of his way to hate another. PvP between two players is something that can be really interesting for a group dynamic. It can lend to a lot of drama and create a really cool tension, but it has to be met both ways, and it has to be something both of the players agree on. In this story, it was just bullying. But anyway guys, that's the end of the story. Thank you for reaching the end of the video, and for more stories, be sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Until next time, as the crow flies.